Hey everybody, this is James Pelton. Hope you guys are all having a good Wednesday. I'm very excited. We're going to be talking about Metacade today, and not Medicaid, Metacade. Don't get that confused. We're not talking about governmental safety nets. I'm going to be talking about this gaming token. And I'm really excited about this. Honestly, some of you guys don't know this about me, but I'm actually, when I sold my business and was trying to think, what do I want to do with my time now? I almost went into doing Call of Duty streaming. Okay. I'm actually really big. I'm a little embarrassed by it. It's kind of not professional. And by the time I'm 35, you should be like out of your gaming phase, is what most people tell me. But I'm not. Okay. I really enjoy games. It's nice. My kids are getting older and I'm getting them involved now too. So I love projects like this. First off, if you're here, thank you for joining. Please hit like as we're going here. If you have questions, feel free to bring them up. It's just me. This is not an AMA. It's just me talking through. There's a big announcement. They're getting listed on MEXC tomorrow. So I want to talk just a little bit about that, walk through the project a little bit. But if you have questions or things you want to talk about, please let me know and I will bring those up. But yeah, good to see all of you. Dan saying, heck no. I assume you mean that 35-year-olds shouldn't be gaming. So yeah, I agree. Like what's wrong with it? I really enjoy, Call of Duty. I saw that Metacade did a Warzone tournament and that was a bummer that I didn't wasn't a part of that. Maybe I could have won a bag there. Let's see. What am I going to do with my time right now? Rip off project on NFT for an AMA that you don't even read on the white papers. I don't know what you mean, Jay. I'm trying to, it sounds like it might be an insult, but I'm not totally sure. So if you're trying to insult me, please re-clarify so that I know. Actually, whatever you're trying to say, please re-clarify. But yeah, start bringing up questions, what you want to talk about. I'm going to just talk through this a little bit, and then we'll open up to questions. So first off, we're talking about Metacade, the MCADE token. Let me show you the website here. They have a very, very nice looking website, which is always a plus. When you talk about rug pulls or scams or things like that, usually they don't take the time to make really nice websites. Okay. So I always like to see that. There's a lot of care into this. A nice explainer video, which we may or may not watch. We'll see how time permits here. Definitely don't want to go over an hour here. So we'll see what kind of questions that you guys have. This is my favorite part, this little parallax thing going on here. This guy going down. Look at this. This is very, very cool. I love that. Doc's team, big community, raised $16 million in their pre-sale. And with market conditions the way they are, that's absolutely bonkers. Like there's no projects that are raising that type of money. So for sure. Let's see. Funny Turo says, James, did you watch the Mario movie? I did. Actually, we've gone to the theaters to see it twice. So, embarrassingly, okay, I fell asleep. Sometimes I fall asleep during movies. Okay, I don't get enough sleep at night. But during the Rainbow Road scene, I fell asleep. So we went a second time. I fell asleep again at the Rainbow Road scene. So I still haven't seen that, but yeah. Very, very cool. So yeah, keep questions coming. I'll try to look through these as I'm going. But so this is Metacade, and what they're looking to be is the ultimate Web3 community hub. So they're looking to be kind of a hub for gaming, kind of the four, taglines that they have: play, earn, build, connect. So it's just looking to be a community for crypto gaming and gaming in general, but kind of in the Web3 sense. And I'm very proud of the MCADE token because let's just look at the some of the charts going on here. Yeah, either chart, but since launch, I mean, let's see, what are they up since launch? Up quite a bit. Okay, so they're up 17% today, and the real reason that we're doing this today is because they are launching on MEXC in 17 hours. Okay, and when they launched on Bitmart, they're currently on Uniswap and Bitmart, and when they launched on Bitmart, 90% of the people who got in right before the Bitmart made at least 50% return. Okay. So usually when you get listed on an exchange, there's a big boost there. You open up to a new community. So opening up to the MEXC community. So not financial advice. I don't know the future. I don't know what's going to happen. But based on what happened with Bitmart, I would guess when the listing goes live on MEXC, there will be some kind of boost. And before you call me like a dumper, I am going to tell you, if there's big pumps in a coin like this, I do take profits. Okay. So I'm not, I always take profits. I've just learned in crypto, take your profits. So I don't want you guys to be like, oh, hey, you did an AMA, then you dumped on your followers. If this goes up, 50% tomorrow, I'm going to be taking some profits. So if you follow my wallet, just know that. Yeah, WR Fence, I see you got some issues. I wouldn't be the person to talk to about those. Hop into the Discord and talk about that. I don't know anything about that. Please, no drama. I can't work through the drama. I'm not part of the team or anything. Just want to tell you about mainly this MEXC listing and how to buy the token yourself. So the Metacade token being listed on MEXC. There is some utility for this. So they're planning on doing buybacks. So you can, there's staking. It looks like the staking is filled up. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the audience knows if they're going to open up a new staking pool for this next listing, but they are planning on doing buybacks with, advertising revenue, job listings, game testing, tournaments, play to pay arcade, launchpad. So they have some revenue streams in the works. And those will all be used to kind of help bolster the price of the Metacade token. So again, whenever I'm looking at a project, I'm always looking, hey, where's the revenue going to be coming from? And that is, that's where some of the revenue is going to be coming from. Again, they're listed on Uniswap, Bitmart, MEXC in 17 hours. Some people have asked me why they're on the Ethereum network. I know that irritates some people because Ethereum has the higher gas fees, but this is not a lot of times I bring onto the channel kind of these smaller tokens that are looking to gain some traction or something like that. If you want to be mainstream, you have to go on Ethereum. Okay. That's really the only mainstream chain right now. I mean, if you go talk to people on the streets and say, hey, what crypto chains have you heard of? They probably heard of Bitcoin, and they probably 70% chance they've heard of Ethereum. Probably a good chance they've not heard of anything else unless they're, in DeFi, in crypto, things like that. But so that's the reason for being on Ethereum, is it's just where the traffic is. So I understand it makes it, if you're wanting to get $100 worth of the MK token, I mean, if it 10x's, then yeah, that would still be worth it. But it's a little bit harder to trade. And WR Fence, thank you. Yes, second staking pool will be somewhere around October. So that is word on the street. So if it's something that you want to hold long term, and yet, that the way I approach things like this is usually if there's a huge bump, like on a new listing, I take some profits, but there's some that I want to hold for a long time. If this ends up being a $10 billion market cap someday and 1,000 X's, then, you want to be holding on to some of that. You don't want to sell it all off. So that's kind of my strategy with this. The new staking pool will launch at the end of the current one. Okay, so it's a 6-month staking pool. So yeah, probably October-ish. This will be open, and then they'll launch a new staking pool, and it's kind of first come, first served into the staking pool. So, okay, let's see. We got some comments here. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, if you have questions or things you want to talk about, please let me know. If I don't see it, please ask multiple times, because we got a ton of comments coming in, and I'm talking and I'm not a good multitasker, so I have to look through these here. Let's see. No, this all looks good. You got some Metacade OGs here. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it. You can fill in the gaps for what I miss as I'm talking through things. So, again, so the MK token pre-sale raised 16 million. Very impressive to me. Sold out the first round of staking in less than 3 hours, which again is pretty crazy, especially with just market conditions. During the bull market, we saw big pre-sales like this, but it's pretty rare to have pre-sales this big And I remember when Metacade first came to me. Every time I say Metacade, I think Medicaid. But Metacade, the first time they came to me, and I never know when I'm first going into something, looking into it. Oh, is this a small thing or what's going on here? And I was like, oh, you've already sold 8 million in pre-sale. I was like, oh, okay, this is a big project. They have a partnership with Meta Studio. That's a big thing. And I wanted to look at the roadmap here a little bit too. Roadmap. Again, this is just an excuse to go back to the parallax here. But I like on their roadmap, this is rare also in the crypto community, to actually accomplish the things on the roadmap when you say they're going to happen. So I like to see that. A lot of times I look at roadmaps and then it doesn't happen the way that they said. And so then it's like, well, why even look at the rest of the roadmap? I mean, I guess, but this has happened the way that they've said it's going to happen. So Q1 2023 token launch. The token is listed on Uniswap, so that I suppose that should be a green check mark there. Could update that. Looking to get Coin Market Cap and CoinGecko listings. That is always that's a boost there as well. Way just to get word out to people. And CEX listings. I don't like to say sex listing. It doesn't sound right. You might get demonetized, got to be careful. CEX, centralized exchange listing drive. Metacade aiming to be on the 3 to 5 top 10 exchanges. So, and they have the funds to do that. It's pretty pricey to get listed on those centralized exchanges. And honestly, if you don't have a big vision of what you're trying to do, not worth it. I have a contact at KuCoin. I've looked at getting, like BioFi on KuCoin, and $1 million is what they're wanting, plus liquidity. And it's like, okay, well, that's, you got to make sure that it's going to be worth it. Coin Market Cap listing already completed. Oh yeah, I was just looking at that, wasn't I? So yeah, that's already completed. Maybe waiting on CoinGecko. But yeah, Coin Market Cap already listed. So thank you. Metacade will be a big one, faster than people expect. Yeah, and it's always, it is speculatory. You never know. We saw with the Bitmart listing that there was a huge pump in price, and you would expect. I'm guessing this was when it was right here. You would expect, and then like some people in the comments have pointed out, you kind of have this big launch. Some people take some profits. But then that kind of becomes the new norm. It establishes a higher low is what they call it. And we just had another pump. And, this MEXC listing could kind of do the same thing here. Wonder if this is a more sell the news scenario. Yeah, tough to tell. Tough to tell for sure. Metacade will shoot into the next galaxy. There you go. We got a good community. I remember from the last AMA, which if you haven't watched the last AMA, here, I can drop a link for it. But we go through for an hour. We kind of go through all the details of everything that they're looking to do. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this one again with crypto gaming. So if you're wanting to get involved, the different ways to get involved is become part of the community. So there's a lot going on in this community. There's a lot of giveaways going. I mentioned they did. Let me pull up the Twitter here. I suppose I should be following them as well. But here's their Twitter. Go follow them on Twitter. See, if I had been following them, I would have seen their Warzone tournament that they did in March, and I would have won and done very well. And they're very, very active in their tweeting. This is all just since May. I was trying to find their Warzone tournament announcement, but I think there was like a $5,000 top prize for their Warzone tournament. So hop into the Discord, follow on Twitter so you don't miss anything. Hop into the Discord so you don't miss anything. But there's already tournaments going on. Arcade machine giveaway. I think that's really cool. I forgot I wanted to go downstairs. I have a retro arcade machine. It says Pelton Arcade up at the top, which I like, but it makes it so I can never resell it if I ever wanted to. But 125K giveaway. First winner was announced today. So already before the platform kind of is fully launched, they're already doing tournaments. and things like that. I know a big thing too that MEXC listing is coming soon, as in 17 hours. I know too when they're looking to do a lot of hiring. So again, if you're wanting a job in the crypto space or in the gaming space or in the crypto gaming space, then you know hop into their community, because I know they're going to be looking into the community for kind of hiring those different positions. Let's see. There's something else I was going to say. Ex Halo boss now making a AAA video game for Netflix. So very interesting. Yeah, just a lot of gaming news. And again, one of the goals I have for my YouTube channel is I want to help bring non-crypto people into crypto. And I've always thought that gaming is going to be a huge part of that. Because you know, there's the gaming community is huge, right? The non-crypto gaming community. And mostly they're young, which means they're, you know, open to, how do I put this in a non-insulting ageist way? Older people are less likely to be willing to learn things. We'll put it that way. So in gaming, non-crypto gaming, you have a big community of young people, and I think very easy to transition them over into crypto gaming. And that, you know, a good way to teach them about crypto in general. So I've just been looking around for games that are actually fun, communities that are actually doing something, that aren't just, you know, pump and dumps and things like that. So again, Metacade found something here that I want to be a part of long term. I hope to do, you know, maybe I do a monthly, what would I call it? I like alliterations. If you've watched my channel, you know I like alliterations, but monthly Metacade mashup. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'll have to do it offline. I don't do well naming things under pressure. I'm still looking for that Warzone. They tweet a lot, which is good. You know, you like to see community active. AMA's going on. Halo. By the way, if you're in the audience, any Warzone players, maybe we should play Warzone sometime. You guys want to play some Warzone? James Pelton joins MetaClan. You know, I'm a child at heart. One of my favorite parts of my kids getting a little older is I'm able to. Well, one thing is I've been able to watch Dragon Ball Z with them. Another thing though is gaming. We've had a lot of fun just playing. You know, I had them play through all the Marios. We played through all the original Donkey Kongs and things like that. Warzone player present. Hey, there you go. Maybe we should play. I feel like Metacade will give the chance to enter the Web3 and crypto space to many. As we saw in the last Metacade Lite platform presentation, it will be very easy to get in and play for everyone. Yeah, nope, totally agree. All right, well, I'm going to stop looking for the Warzone tweet because they're very active. I'm actually glad I can't find it. Sometimes I go to crypto projects and they have like 2 tweets and it's like, okay, are you actually even doing anything? So you might be asking, how do I get some Metacade token? If we believe that in 17 hours, the price is going to go up, then how can we buy Metacade? So currently, the places that you can get it, which they lay this out really nicely on their website, you know, metacade.co. But you can go get it on Uniswap or you can go buy it on Bitmart. So on Uniswap, you're just swapping anything for, you know, Ethereum, USDC, DAI, whatever. Bitmart is a centralized exchange where you can create an account. You can actually send in fiat and things like that. I think Bitmart works in the US. A lot of these centralized exchanges do not work in the US. A lot of times they just don't want to deal with the US and all their, can I say tomfoolery? Is that too harsh of a word? The US and their regulatory tomfoolery. I just saw that they're again proposing a 30% tax on electricity for Bitcoin mining. And it's just like, man, so you want everyone to move out of the US is essentially what happens. Like when you do things like that, it doesn't stop anyone from doing it. They just don't do it in the US anymore. And you miss out on that opportunity. Not harsh enough. I'd be banned from chat rooms for saying that. Yeah, I know tomfoolery is that. You can tell I'm a dad because I use a lot of dad terms. So that's just the way that I am. So again, let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, buying on Uniswap, Bitmart. Let's go through the white paper, see if there's anything that I missed. I think I hit pretty much everything. Again, I go through it for a full hour and have an AMA. Again, I love the graphics. I love the retro feel to it. As a gamer, it just gives you a lot of nostalgia. Metacade Web3 community you can be a part of. The Meta chain, Metacade token, low cost secured blockchain. Low cost is maybe up for debate a little bit. Here are their revenue streams that they're going to use. A portion of it. I mean, a portion of it's going to be used to fund what they're doing, but a portion of it's going to be used for buybacks and things like that. Advertising, tournaments, job listings, pay to play arcade, game testing, and the launch pad. So I'm excited. Actually, probably next after this video, we'll do another AMA, and I kind of want to hear more what's in store for the launch pad because I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And again, if you are a developer and you want to either bring crypto into your game, or you want to develop just a straight crypto game, contact the Metacade team. Get in touch with them, and they have a lot of resources for getting you started with that. And I want to see that grow. And maybe that's part of what I can help with for the team as a developer myself, crypto guy and developer and gamer. Maybe that's something I can help is we can get some software development kits or whatever going to help programmers go. We went through the roadmap a little bit already. Some of you young people might not know, but these are called cartridges. Cartridges, okay? Go look them up if you don't. You can find them in antique stores everywhere. Accounting, value transactions, metanomics. That's cool. So you can see the marketing and centralized exchange listings. They have a chunk of money going to that. And that will help the price of the token go up. It is worth investing in that. Staking will be back available in October. We talked about that. MetaSafe. They have added a lot since our AMA. They've completed some audits and things like that. So if you want to go check that out, again, that's always in crypto. What people always want to, people are always worried. What if there's an exploit or something like that? They have a CertiK audit that you can go look at the results from. I think that was not completed last time we talked. But yeah, multi-sig wallets, Meta heads. Nice to see those 3.4-inch floppy disks. Oh, were those floppy disks or were they cartridges? I couldn't quite tell. Yeah, it's funny, when in all your applications, yeah, this could be the big floppy disks, not the small ones. But in all your applications, the save button is a floppy disk. And like my kids have no idea. They've never seen a floppy disk, never heard of it. It's like, why is that the save icon? It's similar to the power icon is actually a 1 or a 0. And it's like, we forget what it's there for. People can check out yesterday's AMA to get more info. Very clear AMA. Yes, absolutely. I think this would be a good project to keep an eye on. In this space, very hard to find teams that actually deliver on what they promise. Yes, very, very true. And that's one of the reasons I was willing. I rarely do live walkthroughs like this because it gives the appearance that I support the project. But this is one. So I wouldn't want to do one of these types of videos pre-sale, pre-launch, because again, we've seen so many pre-sales and then it launches and then rug pull. But this has been going long enough. They've delivered on what they've talked about. I've talked with the team enough where I'm more comfortable being like, hey, no, this is a project that I'm going to buy tokens for this MEXC listing. I hold some tokens. I'd have to go look up which wallet they're in. But yes, and 5.25-inch floppy disks. What an eternity. I remember those days. Even to boot up, you had to I think I had 3 floppy disks I had to put in to boot up and things like that. And it would say, please insert disk 2. Please insert disk 3. Neo Tokyo will assist Metacade at development. Is that confirmed? Is that true? I mean, that'd be very, very good. Neo Tokyo's Alex Becker's project. Again, I think Neo Tokyo is going to be a big part of the crypto gaming merge of the future as well. So very cool. I had not heard that, but very cool. Ambassadors, which I'd like to get added on here, but they're mostly focused on TikTok because gamers don't really go on YouTube as much. They're mostly on TikTok, but they've got some fairly large. Ryan Stoker's big guy, 1.5 million followers, and Metacade officially says confirmed. So partnership with Neo Tokyo, so that's huge. Again, that's Alex Becker's partnership. So again, all these things just reinforcing that this is a legit project that's here to stay. Again, the hardest decision to make in projects like this for me, in coins like this, are when you get these boosts, how much profit do you take? Because, people who took profit here missed out on this profit, obviously. I mean, you could buy back in, but if you sold here, if you sold at the top, you're sitting pretty, but some people, sold here and it never got back down to that price again. So it's just really hard to tell. Again, we're having the same thing here, people taking some profits, but what if this is the new low is right here? It's going to be hard to tell tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. I'll get a tweet out for sure, kind of showing what happens when the MEXC listing goes live. But yeah, it's just hard to know how much profit do you take on something like that. Do you guys have an opinion? How do you think through that? I'm typically like, okay, I'll take 20% of my tokens, I'll sell for profit here, or something like that. But how do you guys approach something like that? CEO of Metacade, Russell, will be sitting with them at the table next week. They will have their first meeting. That's awesome. I'd love to be a part of that, or see it, or I hope that's recorded. Great project. Did I mention it's a great project? You did, I think twice. This would be a buy and hold token. So buy with the amount you can just forget about and come back a few years later. Yep. That's one way to approach it. Another way to approach it is buy like twice as much as you want to hold into it long term. And then you have half that you can kind of, maybe sell. You set maybe a couple limit orders where it's like, if it reaches this price, I'm going to sell 25%. If it reaches this price, I'm going to sell 25%. But yeah, if this is a 10-year project, we're currently at $54 million market cap, if that's correct. Coin market cap. For having market cap in their name, often their market cap calculations are not correct. But $54 million market cap on a $16 million raise would be very, very low. Let's like Gala Games. Gala Games is a bit ahead. They've been doing this for longer, but they're at a $250 million market cap. They're having some troubles right now too. Gala Games is maybe it's Metacade taking some of their market share. Who knows? Gala Games, one of the problems with Gala Games is they kind of came out swinging, but then just hype kind of died down. Their games ended up not being fun. So it's like they had these, Boot Town Star, for example. People loved it at first, but then it just ended up not being fun. So anyways, we're not here to talk about Gala Games, though. Me taking profit once we go above $1, but just a tiny bit. So, that's one way to approach it is you pick a number like $1 or something. We're currently at 40 cents. So on a 58% raise, setting a limit order there. Dustin says, I showed up late. Where do you buy this token? The two places you can currently buy it are Uniswap, where you can just swap it, for Ethereum or anything on the Ethereum network. And the second is Bitmart. It's already listed there. And again, on their homepage, you can just click on either of those. It will be listed on MEXC in 17 hours, 30 minutes. So that's kind of the next big thing. That's actually the reason for this video. Again, is whenever there's a listing, there's usually a pump in price. And so, want to make sure my audience takes advantage of that. Look for MCADE. Yes, MCADE. That is the token. I play Call of Duty with my dad in his mid 80s. There you go. So you're never too old. Never too old. Never too old. Love it. So, okay. Let's see. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? I have my notes here and a whole bunch of different, I guess, calls to action. Let me know if there's any last minute questions before I kind of wrap up here. But that's kind of all the info that I had. How much do you guys think MCADE will go to once it gets listed on MEXC? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It just kind of with the potential of the MEXC listing, it's gone up about 20% here in the last 24 hours, I think. Let's see here. Here's this chart. In the last 24 hours, yeah, we got 20% raise, and that's just like on the potential of the MEXC listing. So, I mean, it's always hard to tell. I hate to predict because then if you're wrong, it's like it's obvious. It's on a video. But I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow we saw this 40%. That would be my guess potentially. But again, not financial advice. Where's that banner? Just so you guys know, not financial advice. There we go. Not financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. I mean, it's crypto. There's always things that could go wrong. Don't go take all the money out of your 401k and put it into a crypto token, an altcoin. Okay. Not financial advice, but I would not, wouldn't be what I would recommend to do. But again, this is obviously good to see. Green on 5 minute, 1 hour, 6 hour, and 24 hour. I always look at this too. The number of buyers versus the number of sellers. So there's a lot more buyers than sellers. Yeah, no, I get that. What do you think about MEXC? Actually, I'm an affiliate of MEXC. So they're a smaller exchange, which I mean, they're obviously, they're not Bybit, they're not Binance, they're not, I was going to say FTX, but it would not be a good point. So they're smaller than that, but that means it's cheaper to get listed with them. So, a lot of altcoins, you're going to be able to find altcoins there that you can't find in other places, just because it's cheaper to get listed. So, yeah, I've enjoyed the team with MEXC. I've been using them for quite a while. I buy most of my BioFi. If you guys are familiar with that project, I buy that off MEXC, and I've never had issues with anything. So, sorry if you can hear the lawnmower in the background. Tuesday, he's supposed to come on Tuesdays, but it's Wednesday morning. He's mowing my lawn, so I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I think it will grow organically, maybe 0.04, 0.05, and that's possible as well. I mean, might just be sometimes the rumor of the announcement or like this timer can raise the price, or even a video like I'm doing here. Got quite a few people gonna be watching this, and then a lot of them are gonna buy in. If it was on another DEX, maybe me and other people would go in, but paying Uniswap fees is crazy. I mean, Uniswap doesn't have that high of fees, do they? I mean, the biggest problem is the gas fees, probably. I mean, if you're wanting to buy 100, but maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think Uniswap has especially high fees, personally. That's how you retire early. Maybe, potentially. There's always stories about people, 1000x, like with the PayPay token. Is it PayPay? Is that right? PEPE? It's not PEEP, right? It's PayPay, correct? But yeah, PayPay. A lot of people, 1000x in just a couple days. But then a lot of people see that in FOMO and they make bad decisions in the future because of that one thing that happened. Yes. Sorry, Pocket. I always make US references. So sorry. Yes, I mean gas fees. Yeah, okay. Yep. That's what I thought. Yeah, Ethereum does have very high gas fees, which is a bummer. But often they're not that bad. So let's see if I wanted to send 325. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll buy another 325 here. So I'm pulling out my oh, you can't see my screen. So I'm pulling out my Trezor here. You can't see all the MetaMask stuff I'm doing behind the scene, but I'm going to put 325. You can just see live. We'll see what the fee is for doing 325. Okay, so the network fee $18. Does that include the gas fee or not? 35 bucks. Yeah, I mean, so that's already 10%. That is a problem. Oh, you can't even see my MetaMask, but it was 35 bucks in gas fees. So if I'm buying $350 worth, I have to pay 10% of in gas fees. So that is a bummer, but it is what it is. Yeah, 15.8% fee for swap. Yeah. Pepe. Pepe. PP. PP. Peep. Pepe. 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 I don't know. Who knows? That's why I just type things. Honestly, being a YouTuber, one of the hardest things of being a YouTuber is pronouncing things. But yeah, it's a little bit expensive. But again, if we're up, we're up 20% in the last day. So again, if I had done this yesterday, would have already made my fee back plus more. So, and if you're holding it long term, then the gas fee is pretty irrelevant. It just makes it harder to kind of do like a quick trade. A lot of times with launches, I like to do like just some of these quick swing trade type things. But you can't do that as well on Ethereum, which is actually in one way is good for the stability of the token. There's not going to be whales that are, playing around with the trading as much because it's on Ethereum. Whereas if we were on AVAX or BSC or something like that, there'd be a lot more buys and sells, and it could cause a lot more fluctuation in the price. Might not be good. Pay. Okay, that's what I'm going with. Pay. So, all right. I think that was everything. I don't want to just ramble for the sake of rambling. I'm always afraid that when I do sell, the price will go up. Yeah, that's the risk. That's why I do like a percentage. It's like, and then don't regret your decisions. So you kind of, okay, I'm going to take profit at, we'll say somebody said at $1. So I even put in a limit order. You can go on to Bybit or Bitmart or MEXC when it launches and say, I'm going to put in a limit order at $1, sell 20%. And then don't change it. Okay. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. But just leave that limit order. I love limit orders because it doesn't, rely on your emotions. I'm a very emotional trader myself. When I missed out on the PP token, you feel this FOMO, like, oh, maybe I should buy now. What if it goes up another 1000x? And yeah, it's not. James, you should do a gaming stream once. There you go. Maybe I'll do that. Possibly. Let us know when we should play some Warzone. Absolutely, Chance. I will let you know for sure. I do have to disclaim the reason I didn't become a Warzone streamer is because I'm not that good. Okay. I talk a big game, but they say that your reflexes start deteriorating when you're, mid 20s. I'm 35 now, so my reflexes are not what they used to be. So I have to use, what I have to do is, I basically just post up somewhere and wait for people to come into my line of sight, and then I kill them. And I can get 6 or 7 kills that way. But if I get into gun battles and things like that, I'm out. I have FOMO with $10 on PayPay just to satisfy my FOMO. Yep, that happens. Thanks for the pump, James. Your transaction is already registered on DexView. Awesome. Yep, no, that's great. And yeah, charts are looking good. Some people taking some profit. I personally do not think that, in my humble opinion, this is not the right time to take profits on this. I would wait till the listing personally, but each person got to do what they're going to do. So anyways, I don't want to monologue for too long. Let's go ahead and wrap up here. Audience, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you showing up. Again, the only reason that I can partner with companies like Metacade and the only reason that I can get guests on for AMAs and things like that, I'm having the Flux team on here next week. The only reason I can do that is because I have viewers. So again, it's you guys. I could come out here and just do YouTube videos, and if nobody watched, I'd have no interest. Medicaid would not be interested in doing much with me. So I appreciate you guys. Again, I always say you guys are more important to the James Pelton channel than I am. The viewers are more important than the host. So appreciate you guys. Please hit like on the way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check out some of the other videos. And then, yeah, Medicaid team. Thanks, James. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for building something. Again, we've had so much terrible stuff in the space. You guys would be amazed. I don't want to be insulting to people, but I've thought about doing some videos of just like the absolute um, garbage that I get sent all the time about, hey, what, this project, well, our project's going to do this. And I look at it and this is not going to do well. So I appreciate just a project that's building something good that can help the crypto space as a whole, because I believe, if you can, rising tides raise all the ships. So, anything that can help the crypto community as a whole, that's going to, help pump Bitcoin. It's going to help pump Ethereum. That's going to help pump the other crypto projects. That's going to be, if we bring in a new bull run here in 2023 or maybe 2024, any project that's legitimate will help that. And it'll be amazing to see what altcoins like Metacade are able to do, Mcade, during a bull market. This is how they've been going. We're kind of like in a middle between bear market and bull market. I'd say kind of a neutral market right now. But if they're able to raise $16 million in a bear market / neutral market, amazed to see what could happen if our total crypto market cap, during the last bull market, our total crypto market cap was sitting over 3 trillion. And we're currently at 1.1 trillion. So just imagine if every single coin 3x'd. That's, what we saw in the last bull run, basically. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? So appreciate all you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we will talk to you.